Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Rich T Racing. In today's Motorsport News Roundup, we discuss the latest in motorsport news along with any important results from last week. First up, we have some news stories, and we unfortunately start with the news of the death of Antoine Hubert. The death of Antoine Hubert during the Formula 2 feature race at Spa is one of the most tragic things to have happened in motorsport in recent years. I don't want to go too much into this topic as it is a sensitive one. However, it is clear that the safety in the lower formula categories must be improved, specifically looking at car-on-car collisions. Although it will be difficult to make sure this doesn't happen again, it must be looked at closely by the FIA. Also, it has been stated recently that Juan Manuel Correa is in a stable condition and is being moved to the UK for further recovery. All I can say is that from everyone here at Rich T Racing, we wish Correa a speedy recovery and that all of our thoughts are with Antoine's friends and family. At Spa last weekend there were engine failures for both Mercedes and Ferrari. Does this mark a turning point for these manufacturers in the engine department? Both engine manufacturers have been mostly reliable over the last few seasons, with Mercedes having an edge over Ferrari. However, with the Racing Point of Sergio Perez and the Williams of Robert Kubica having had new spec engines for the weekend, and then having the Racing Point explode during practice and the Williams at the start of qualifying, does this mark the start of the downfall for Mercedes? The Alfa Romeo of Antonio Giovinazzi also broke during qualifying, and neither Mercedes nor Ferrari have said what the problem on their engines were as of yet. Lance Stroll has also had an issue in his Racing Point, with Mercedes saying it was a spark plug failure. The Holden Commodore V8 supercar will have an aero change for the next race in New Zealand. These changes come from not being as competitive as they want to be compared to the Ford Mustangs on track. The changes will be as follows: removal of the high-level brake light detail from the tailgate, the addition of a gurney to the rear wing end plates along the trailing edge, and the front under tray will be extended. The Australian introduction to single-seater categories, Formula 4, will be axed for next season. This comes about from struggling for numbers since its debut in 2015. This year they have struggled to reach double digits, making the events not worthwhile to host. I believe the problem stems from Formula Ford in Australia being so popular, as they had a grid of 29 cars at the last race compared to Formula 4's 7. The CAM CEO said that there is an option for F4 to return in the future if there is enough interest. I do doubt this, however, as the price of Formula Ford is much cheaper than that of F4. So now we move on to the results from last week. In Formula 1 at the Belgian Grand Prix, Charles Leclerc took his main victory, followed by Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. In Formula 3, also at Spa, Marcus Armstrong won, followed by Yuki Tsunoda and Robert Schwartzman, with Schwartzman advancing his championship lead on Derivela by 23 points. In IndyCar at Portland, Will Power took the checkered flag, with Felix Rosenqvist and Alexander Rossi coming in second and third respectively. WC was at Silverstone last week for the 4-hour endurance race. The number 7 Toyota won the LMP1 class, driven by Mike Conway, Kobayashi and Lopez. Cool Racing won their debut in the LMP2 class, and then Porsche won the GTE Pro and AF Corse won the GTE AM class. In World Rallycross there was a whole Swedish podium, with Timmy Hansen taking the win and Anton Marklund and Kevin Hansen joining him on the podium. Both Timmy and Kevin Hansen are now on joint points of 158, with the championship leader Andreas Bakkerud only on 160 points. It looks like this season of WRX is really heating up, and with only 2 events to go, the championship really could go to any of those 3 drivers. Now we move on to upcoming events in motorsport. Now the Formula Series are running back-to-back this week as they are racing at Monza in Italy. Free practice for F1 starts on Friday. Monza should be a statement from Ferrari that they are back and can at least challenge for second in the Drivers' Championship. Mercedes will definitely be chasing the Ferraris, most likely like how it was in Spa, rather than the other way round as it has been previously this season. Hopefully Red Bull can prove how competitive they are. However, with Max Verstappen expecting to take an engine penalty, they may be banking on the drive of Alexander Albon. NASCAR Xfinity, Blancpain Sprint, World Superbike, Formula Renault and World Kart Series are also racing this weekend, so be sure to check them out. Now that's all we have time for today. If I've missed any news, please let me know below in the comments. That's everything from me, other than to say please like, comment and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.